This news update is brought to you by...
Everybody is moving as one because it's celebrating as one. And that's what you love about the Olympics and sports in general, that it actually galvanizes people.
Sign up for any Flow Essentials bundle from as low as $160 per month and enjoy 3 dedicated channels to watch the Rio 2016 Olympic Games. Plus, get premium access to the Flow Rio 2016 Extra app to watch the games wherever, whenever, on the go. Don't miss the magic with Flow.
This is the Barbados Today Evening News Update for Monday, July 25th. Thank you for joining us. I am Marie-Claire Williams. Commerce Minister Donville Inniss is calling for changes to the structure of the body responsible for policing the conduct of lawyers. Inniss told a workshop on Caribbean commercial law this morning that the Bar Association should be relegated to an association of lawyers and should not be retained as a body that deals with matters pertaining to their discipline.
It is my considered opinion that we need a less incestuous and more independent structure to address issues related to the profession. I'm therefore a strong advocate for the establishment in law of a new Legal Services Council, similar in structure and form to that of the Medical Council. A council that comprises of members of the legal profession and individuals who may not be attorneys. A council that is supported not just by statute, but also by the resources of the state. If we are truly to have a legal profession in Barbados, as opposed to perhaps just what one may consider a collection of lawyers, then we as a society and you as lawyers must unshackle your minds and help create a system that not just sustains faith in your profession, but also enhances the profession.
Former Christchurch West MP Dr. William Duguid is responding to recent criticism by Prime Minister Freundel Stuart. Stuart claimed that Duguid ran away from elective politics before the 2013 general elections when he thought it was no longer of value to him. But Duguid told Barbados Today he had a responsibility to his family, which he attended to during his time away. He added that he was disappointed and taken aback by the Prime Minister's words. And Prime Minister Freundel Stuart is warning that Barbados is under threat from the existence of what he calls 4 social demons. Stuart was addressing a national consultation on society at the Lloyd Erskine Sandiford Centre this morning. He pointed to alienation, frustration, insecurity and disillusionment as some of the problems.
If we ever get to the stage where people lose their capacity to dream, to believe that things may be rough now, but tomorrow promises to be better. If faith in the future is lost, then chaos will ensue. Society will implode, and we will be of a collection of men and women, just a collection of miserable people.
Stuart added that too many people feel disconnected from the mainstream society.
Alienation is a fact, and it helps to explain sometimes why in some of the wealthiest countries in the world, suicide rates are so high. Because you would expect that in the face of all the prosperity there is around, all the well-being, that people would have a reason to feel happy. But in fact, the reverse happens, and they opt out because they feel alienated. That is a demon which we must try to exorcise.
In other news this evening, 4 members of one family are homeless after their Chapel Gap Spooners Hill house collapsed. Avenel Williams is presently at the Queen Elizabeth Hospital awaiting surgery for injuries sustained when the structure collapsed last night. Other members of the family are currently being accommodated at different locations. 2 drivers were injured when their vehicles collided on Hines Hill this afternoon. One car was driven by 76-year-old Isilma Johnson of Cherry Drive, Oxnards, while the other was driven by 45-year-old Dale Williams of Mount Friendship, St. Michael. Both were taken to the Queen Elizabeth Hospital by ambulance. Both vehicles were extensively damaged. In sports, insurance executive Mark Blakely and his daughter Erin have won the 2016 Nissan Cropover Championship at the Barbados Golf Club. They scored 49 points in a tournament where 12-year-old Erin shot a net 62 in her contribution to the team effort. Their one-point win over second-placed Yvette Taunton and Peter Johnson over 18 holes also secured the prize of 2 return tickets to Florida on JetBlue Airlines. In third place were national junior player Ease Hustler and his partner Andy Payne. Mike Jackman and John Odell came in fourth on the countback system ahead of Bruce Tudor and Charles Cox. Both teams scored 45 points.
There's regional and international news after this short break.
Secure your future, be financially strong. Since 1983, we have been there for you. A smart range of products, great tax benefits. We're the solution to your hopes and your dreams. The Barbados Workers Union Cooperative Credit Union. The Barbados Workers Union Cooperative Credit Union. Humble beginnings to smart loans, smart savings. Save smart and borrow smarter. That's the move for me. Stability, prosperity. We're the solution to your hopes and your dreams. The Barbados Workers Union Cooperative Credit Union. The Barbados Workers Union Cooperative Credit Union.
ICBL T20 Cricket Party. More than a match. To Gary's 80th birthday. Celebrating the greatest all-rounder and our national hero. You can't beat that. July 28th, 6:30 p.m. Tickets from Kensington Oval, CS Pharmacy and TicketPal.com. Hosted by the 50th Anniversary Secretariat.
In news from the region, the Foreign Minister of the Bahamas, Fred Mitchell, has been meeting with officials in London to discuss the possible impact of the UK's vote to leave the European Union. It's been 1 month since the Brexit vote, and like other Caribbean countries, the Bahamas has been assessing the possible implications for its own economy. Mitchell has also been meeting with the Commonwealth Secretary-General, Baroness Patricia Scotland.
One of the things that's necessary is that we ought to be properly briefed on where things are headed in terms of the future relationships and where precisely the UK sees itself going. So the Foreign Ministry needed to get in a position where there was a proper briefing on this and what the interpretations of what is about to happen are. It looks like basically everybody's in a holding pattern here and waiting for specific approaches to be made by countries with regard to it.
On the international scene, investigations are ongoing in Florida into the shooting at a nightclub where 2 people were killed and 16 injured. Police say the incident occurred at Club Blue in Fort Myers, where a party for teenagers was being held. 3 people have been arrested, but lawmen say it was not an act of terror. We get more in this BBC report.
It's a scene that's becoming all too familiar. America must contemplate yet another shooting. But this time, the victims are teenagers.
And I saw everybody running and I kind of figured it was gunshots. But it was real chaos. I mean, it was just people screaming and running and trying to get their family members out of there, screaming names and all that kind of stuff.
It scares me because I got a little daughter, you know what I'm saying? I got a 14-month-old daughter, and those bullets could have been going anywhere and shot me or my daughter.
Officers were called to the nightclub after midnight as parents picked up kids from a teen disco. 18-year-old Stefan Stroder, a promising basketball player, was one of 2 young men killed. The other was 14-year-old Sean Archiles. The event was advertised on social media as a swimsuit party for young people. A message posted on the Club Blue Facebook page expressed sorrow about what happened, saying we tried to give the teens what we thought was a safe place to have a good time. It emphasised that security had been provided. 17 were injured, the youngest just 12. Some are still in a life-threatening condition.
I've been here for now 17 years, and this is, in terms of gunshot wound victims, this is the worst I've ever seen it.
After reports of shots being fired in another part of Fort Myers, police made an arrest. 2 more quickly followed. There's been no information about those people, but officers say this was not an act of terrorism.
That's the evening news. Remember, there's more on our website, www.barbadostoday.bb. You can also subscribe to our e-paper, email updates, and like us on Facebook. We're on Izumi Media in bus terminals and Screenplay at supermarkets and gas stations near you. Or you can tune in to Channel 99 on Flow TV or Mix 96.9 FM for more news and sports. I am Mary Claire Williams. Good evening.